Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sara Lubratt, and we are starting a new little mini-series here on this channel called Finish the Effing Book or Finish the Effing Draft. I haven't decided yet. And we're calling it that because I am so ready to be done with draft 6. So we are pushing to the end. We're going to try and do my best. And this week in this vlog, I was trying to figure out how to balance my freelancing time versus my writing time. And this was a relatively light week for freelancing work. So I was able to prioritize my writing hours in addition to my freelancing hours, and I was just kind of trying to feel it out for a couple days and see if this is a helpful way for me to view writing versus freelancing, or if I should be viewing my work through a different lens. So this week was trying to figure that out. If you want to enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a big thumbs up because that really supports my channel. And now without further ado, let's get into episode 1 of Finish the Effing Book.
All right, well, good. I think we're technically afternoon now. Today is Tuesday. It is currently 12:06. I have been thinking about what I want my split to be like for today because yesterday I had my writing group, which makes sitting down to write really easy because I already have like a 2-hour block cut out just to write. And I think today, considering that I want to drive to the gym that I go to, because I also have one in my building, but I want to drive to my gym for my workout today, which will take about 2 hours. And I want to be cognizant of me spending time in that way and not over established other goals. And I have roughly 3 categories of freelancing that I can be working on today. One of them is Fiverr. I have reopened my Fiverr orders. I was taking some time off to work on finishing my book, and I was not able to finish my book in the time span that I was hopeful to accomplish that. However, that was also very much a long shot. So here we are. I have reopened my Fiverr orders. I am trying to limit the amount of work that I take on with that, but Fiverr is one category, and then I do social media management in another category for one company. And then I have another freelancing thing that I'm working on. So with that, I am aware that probably my social media management gig is the most time sensitive right now. And so I'm going to start my day with working on that, even though the other 2 I also want to work on later today. I just think that starting my day off with the most time sensitive one might be a good idea. I don't know. We're going to try and figure that out. So I'm trying to set what would be a healthy goal for freelancing today, which I'm going to say is 3 hours, while also hoping that I do more than that. And then for my writing goal, I think I'm going to try and do writing a little bit this afternoon after the gym and or the evening. And my hope for working on my book is about 2 hours. So that's the layout for today. 2 hours for the gym because the drive is not super convenient. Roughly 3 hours of freelancing and roughly 1 hour for each of those projects, probably more, but we're going to start with 3 and then 2 hours for writing. Let's see how this goes. I thought about pulling out my old phone and just pretending to get some footage of me working on that, because this is what I looked like, was just sitting here like editing videos on my phone for my social media client. But it is now 1:02, so roughly 50 minutes is how long it took me to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish with my social media management gig today. So that was exciting. I feel very accomplished. I feel like I did everything that I wanted to get done with that. I'm literally getting texts right now from them that they love the videos that I just sent over, so at least that's really encouraging. And now, because it's 1 p.m., it's time for me to get ready to go to the gym. So I've already knocked out, we're gonna call it 50 minutes, but roughly 1/3 of what I set out to do with my freelancing today. So we'll see how that continues to go. The clouds are looking weird, air quality is not great, but already getting that done for the day is making me feel really good, so let's just keep it going. I also forgot that I need to finish watering my plants, so I'm gonna do that quick without spilling all over the floor, ideally.
I've noticed I'm the most efficient when I run errands after my workout. So I just finished up at the grocery store. It is 4:15. I'm going to drive back to my apartment, and then I'm going to continue on with this experiment of editing and freelancing and trying to figure out this schedule, all as I try to finish this effing book. It's not the prettiest thing I've ever made, but I made a little bit of chicken parm, and I'm going to eat this while I watch a YouTube video. It's now almost 6 p.m., so I'm going to get cozy and get started on my next hour of freelancing. I didn't totally realize how bad my posture was until I set up my camera to film this. I am very slouchy in my couch right now. It is now 7 p.m. I'm really on a roll working on what I'm working on, so I think I'm gonna do this for a little bit longer, maybe go another like half hour and reevaluate. The couch just slowly claims me as I sit here and work. Okay, It is now 7:45, which means that I would say that I'm at about 2 hours now of freelancing for the day, which is a good place to be at considering it's 7:45. I hate how early the sun goes down. It has been dark out for like 3 hours at this point. And that just messes with me so much because I feel like it should be like 11 p.m. and it's just not. I think that I need to take a productive break because I have been sitting here for about, an hour? Oh, an hour and 45 minutes, solid, in this very unhealthy for my spine position. So I need sugar of some kind. So I'm either gonna do something healthy like an apple and chocolate and almond butter, or I'm gonna make cookies. And I should probably like unload my dishwasher and just do something that involves like a slight amount of movement to just like, not be sitting in this position. So that is what I'm gonna get up and do. Once again, I have struggled with math. If I just finished an hour and 45 minutes and I did, we'll say 45, 50-ish minutes earlier, I'm at 2.5 hours of freelancing, not 2. It's really like not even funny how much I struggle with simple addition. I had my break and my snack and I'm sitting down to do at least another half hour of freelancing, and then I will just evaluate from there. And then hopefully after that, I will then sit down to start doing some editing of my own work, and we're just gonna keep seeing how this is feeling. It's feeling good so far, but this is also the first day that I've like tried to have this intention with planning my day. And so we'll see with the rest of the week how this lasts, but right now it's feeling good. I just finished up what I was working on, I didn't like finish it, but I got to a really good stopping point for tonight, and I hit my 3 hours of my ideal freelancing time for the evening. I actually went a little bit over. It is now 12:22, somewhere in there I got really distracted with making an Instagram reel, and I have been sitting with such bad posture all day that I think I need to do some stretching for my back, because once again, I am not at a good angle. And then the goal is to switch over into editing my book. It's 45 minutes later. I'm still in the same position. I have not gotten up yet like I said I was going to. I have been working on making Instagram reels. It is now 11:06 p.m. We're not in the AM yet, which is good news, but I am starting to run out of time until I need to go to bed. So I need to do something that will get me in the writing mood. My next move is going to be to blast a writing playlist and do some cleaning.
All right, the lighting is terrible. That means it is officially very, very dark outside, as though it hasn't already been for almost 7 hours. So anyways, it's late. It's 11:46 p.m. My goal is to sit down for the next 2 hours, so until roughly 1:45, and get some editing of my book, Project DE, done. I am not honestly super feeling the writing mood, so we're gonna light a candle because that always seems to help. Maybe. Yes. I'm going to start with rereading the chapter that I worked on yesterday while I was at my writing group. And then I'm going to move on to the next chapter, which honestly, the next step in the editing process of draft 6 right now might be rewriting a chapter, or like 5, which you might be thinking to yourself, Sarah, you're on draft 6. Why are you rewriting chapters? And I would say that that is a wonderful question. And I also wish that I was not rewriting chapters in draft 6, but here we are. So that's the plan, and I just need to start procrastinating. I went over the chapter that I was working on yesterday at my writing group, and then I went back further up in the document, which is where I need to start putting in these rewritten chapters because I was ignoring them earlier in the draft. So here we are, and now I'm at a point where I can't really ignore it anymore. So I just reread the last chapter that I like for this character, and then I like more of her chapters again later on. I just don't like some of the middle chapters, so I'm gonna have to rewrite them. So like I said, I just reread the last chapter that I like from this character, and now because I'm on draft 6 and I don't really want to just free write because this has a point that we have to get to, I think I'm gonna try and outline 3-ish, maybe more chapters to try and get me from point A, which is this chapter, to where I like the chapters again, which I should also probably go read. I just finished quote unquote outlining, I think that I am very much the kind of person who doesn't do like a super strict outline. I think we've learned that. That's just not how I write, but what I did end up writing down was basically what needs to be included in every chapter that I need to rewrite. And I came up with ideas primarily for the first chapter and the second chapter that I need to redo, but some of the second chapter stuff might flow over into the third chapter. So I'm happy with what I have for right now, which means that I get to actually start rewriting this quote unquote first chapter for this, but this is the first chapter of the sub project as a part of DE, which is just, one POV in this story. And I just feel like I'm making this too complicated for myself, but maybe not actually. Like, I feel pretty good about my system. It's just kind of hard to explain. I am, however, going to put these 3 new chapters into a new document so that after writing them, I can go back and read them before then officially transferring them over into draft 6. I do have a video all about how to write faster, and I absolutely will be writing in colors and Comic Sans, which I know pisses some people off, but I love it. Okay, I have not looked at a blank page in a little bit, as in like months or years. That is kind of scary. It is now 1 o'clock. I still want to do about 45 more minutes, but I can tell that not having a back to my chair right now is still hurting my back, and so I'm gonna get up and move around a little bit because I have been sitting here for like an hour and 15 minutes just working really hard and doing really good things. So I'm just gonna take like a 10-minute break and stretch around a little bit, do some stuff, and then come back. It is now 2:15 in the morning. I just finished my clean 2 hours of writing. I did an hour and 10 minutes and then took like a 20-ish minute break and then wrote for another 50. So I just hit my official 2 hours that I wanted to accomplish today, which feels awesome because I also got my 3+ hours of freelancing done earlier, and I had my 2-hour workout window and running errands and everything. So today has felt very productive, which has been really nice. And I felt like I was writing really quickly after writing my like rough little outline, because not all of those 2 hours were dedicated to drafting these chapters. And I say drafting because this part of the story has changed. Despite it being draft 6, I don't want to talk about it, but I wrote 2,209 new words in less than 2 hours, because again, 2 hours was for everything that I edited and read over before I started working on this too. So I would say that this was a super successful writing session. I feel pretty good about it. I'm sure I'll want to go over it and edit it some and everything. But for a first pass on these chapters and just like writing them with very little plotting, it went really, really well. I think I've just been thinking about this story for long enough where everything kind of falls into place, which is part of why I'm so excited about getting to book 2 and book 3 in the DE series, which I believe is going to be a trilogy, is because all of the groundwork has already been laid. I've already done all of the world building. I know some of the big events that happen in book 2. I know how the book ends in book 3. I know where I want my characters to end up. So I feel like I've done so much of the grunt work in the many years that it has taken me to work on book 1 of DE, that writing books 2 and 3 will hopefully be easier. I say that with hope because I have not yet tried to write a sequel to any of the 5 books that I've written. So with that was a very successful day. So I need to go to bed, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, y'all, it's Wednesday. It is 4:10 p.m. on Wednesday. I have worked for my social media client. I did my own social media work. I had therapy, and then basically since therapy, I have been working on filming a video, and I just finished filming said video and uploading the clips into my computer to edit them. I would like to put up a video tomorrow, which is Thursday, which is one of the days that I try to post a YouTube video on. So we're gonna just kind of see how the rest of my day plays out, because I have been busy for the last 5 hours, so since 11 to 4 I've been busy. I do kind of just want to like sit here very comfy cozy under my blanket and work on rough chopping this video that I just filmed while I'm watching a podcast, because I prefer to watch all of my podcasts rather than listen to them. But I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just chill out for a little bit while I rough chop this video, and then I will check back in with you guys. Well, It's now midnight and I just finished working on that video. As in I just finished like scheduling it and everything so that it's gonna go up tomorrow morning, and that means that I spent almost 8 hours on this video. That is way longer than I normally spend filming or editing or all of the above on any video, and odds are this video is not gonna do well enough to justify that kind of time being spent on it. And so even though I enjoyed it and I had a really great day working on this video, I'm having a really hard time right now, like justifying the amount of time that I actually spent on it when I could have been working on something like a Fiverr order that literally pays me for my time, and rather I was just working on a YouTube video that will probably make, I don't even know, just like nowhere near enough. So I'm having like a mini crisis right now. So if you have not already, please go show that video some love. I would really appreciate that. The problem, which I like really don't want to call a problem, is that I really enjoy making YouTube videos. However, now that it's midnight, I also like don't really want to start writing right now. So like I kind of don't know what to do. I should have stuck with my plan of choosing how many hours I wanted to work on certain things rather than just going off the deep end and working on a video for 8 hours, but I don't know. That's just an interesting rabbit hole that I got sucked into today. I am really happy with how the video turned out. It did not need all of the videos and stuff that I added onto it, like all of the clips from my travels and like various things that I mentioned in the video. I also spent like an hour and a half of that process building my vision board. Okay, that could be a different way for me to frame this. This was also trying to figure out my goals for 2024. So maybe it wasn't a huge waste of time because I was literally spending it reflecting on 2023 and my goals for 2024 and making this vision board, which will ideally last me all of next year. Okay, that is a much better way to view it. Okay, cool. So then it's like an investment in my time and myself, and I don't need to freak out about it as much. That being said, if you enjoy me as a creator, you can always donate to my Ko-Fi or leave a super chat down in the comments below. YouTube AdSense is really not much. Happy Thursday. Because yesterday was an accidental full YouTube day, I do think I need to set our goals for today so that I don't fall into that trap again. Not that that's a bad thing or anything, but I am currently filming. This is going to be my next YouTube video that I post. But even that being said, I had an idea for another video that I could film today, and if I choose to film it, then hopefully at least I just film it and then I don't sit down and also edit for forever tonight. But I really liked the system that I had on Tuesday, which was 3 hours of freelancing, kind of separated into like 1 hour in each of my 3 categories because I'm still working on 3 categories. I'm probably 2 or 3 hours away from being done with those categories, but I will probably just work on it for like an hour, maybe 2 if it's going really well tonight or today. It is 12:30, so I'm gonna write that down. So 1 hour for the social media management, 1 hour for the freelancing thing that I can't talk about, and 1 hour for Fiverr. And then I really liked how I did 2 hours of writing the other day, so I think I'm gonna set that as my goal for today. And again, these are hopeful minimums. If I do more than that in any of these categories, that would be great. So after thinking about it for a few more moments, I think I might go back to the library to do some writing today, or more specifically this afternoon. But as I'm sitting here having breakfast, I don't know if I want to watch a YouTube video, start watching a BBC Maestro class, which is sort of similar to Masterclass. They do like writing courses and everything, and I want to start doing some reviews of them, or if I should start on the Fiverr work. And I have too many options, and so you know what? Okay, we're not gonna start on work yet. I have 3 more minutes in the YouTube video that I'm watching, and then I'm gonna switch over and start watching this BBC Maestro class just while I'm eating breakfast. I don't need to be working while I'm eating breakfast. I'm glad that I made the decision to start watching this writing class because now I feel like fired up and ready to go. But before I head to a library or somewhere else to do my writing for the day, I am going to head to the gym first, get that out of the way, and then start on my writing and my freelancing and everything else I have to do.
My workout went really well, just a quick and easy one to like get the blood flowing in hopes that that will help with my creativity later today. It is now 2:30. I'm gonna sit down and do half an hour of freelancing, and then I'm gonna head to the library to do some writing. I ended up doing about 45 minutes of freelancing for my social media client. So now I'm grabbing my computer and we're going to the library to write. I'm back from the library. I would say that I got a solid 45 minutes of writing done. I wrote just over 1,000 words, which is a very strong start to my writing for the day. It's obviously starting to get dark out now. It is 5:15. I also started doing some freelancing Fiverr work while I was at the library. I'm now working on making a snack, and while I'm eating this, I will probably finish up my social media freelancing that I have to do for the day, and then I will probably move on to other things, which I don't know what that means yet. I am now sitting at an hour and 45 minutes of freelancing for the day and 45 minutes for writing, and it is 6 p.m., which is honestly not that bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Yes, I still have an hour and 15 minutes that I want to write, and I still have an hour and 15 minutes that I want to freelance, so I think I'm going to move straight into freelancing for Fiverr and see if I can get at least half an hour knocked out, if not all of the 1 hour and 15 minutes, and so that's what we're going to do next. I worked on that Fiverr order for exactly an hour, and then had questions for the person that booked with me, so I just messaged them, which means that I technically have about 15 more minutes of freelancing that I want to do today. We'll see if the buyer gets back to me quickly. It is now 7:15. I just started making dinner, and I kind of want to watch more of that BBC Maestro class that I started earlier and work on responding to some Instagram and YouTube comments, and that sounds like fun and lighthearted, so I think I'm going to do that. Okay, now my work is stressing me out, so I'm just going to plug my phone in because it's 8 p.m. I'm going to have dinner. The thing that's stressing me out doesn't have to happen right this second, so I'm just going to sit down, have my dinner, and then I'll come back to it after that. I ended up eating dinner and then finished up my freelancing, which was relatively easy, and because I had just let my phone sit for a little while, I got the information that I needed accumulated, which was great. So I finished that, and then I have been at the hot tub for the last 2 hours, ran into some of my neighbors, and so I'm going to go hang out with them for a little bit. It is 10:30. I still have time and energy to do other things later, so I'm just going to keep being social for right now. Well, it's not last night anymore. Today is Friday. After running into some of my neighbors in the hot tub, we all ended up going back to somebody's apartment, and I ended up snuggling with a golden retriever for a couple hours, which is wonderful, and decided that the puppy time was going to be the only thing that made me not write, and I'm okay with how that ended up working out. Sometimes you just need puppy cuddles and everything gets better. In the hot tub, I ended up running into some of my neighbors who I decided to hang out with for what I was not assuming to be rest of the evening, but eventually turned into the rest of the evening. I was really hoping that I was going to come back and do the rest of the writing that I wanted to do, and I did not. But I also decided to just forgive myself for that and be gentle on myself for that, because these are people that I hadn't seen in a while and I wanted to see and catch up with, and so it was just a social Thursday night. That's it for today's vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!